Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to twitch.tv. Okay, hey, how are you doing? For only the second time this week, we are back live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads with another episode of The Scoop. My name's Graham. I'm joined by the Bib. I'll read, Bib.
Good No, it's not even after morning yet. It's still morning, Graham, which is a fantastic start to our Friday.
I'm happy with that. For those of you who don't know, we usually go live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads with this show, The Scoop, the UK's number
Fucking
one
hell,
video
size
game.
of this moth.
Fucking hell, size of this moth. All right, babe, settle down. All right.
Forgot about that. Completely forgot about
that. We usually go live with this show at 10 a.m.-ish each and every single weekday. It is 10 a.m.-ish right now because it's 11:46. But last week and this week, we didn't bring you scoops on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we understand that 60% of the week you're missing out on content on, but it just is what it is. Because on the 30th of July, we are going to be bringing you the biggest event that we have ever worked on. Well, on Ice Cream Uploads, we've worked on some pretty massive events. I'm not going to drop any names, but it sounds like Schmuefer, Schmampions, Schmieg. UEFA Champions League, obviously. Oh no, fuck! I said it by accident. Oh no! So we've done some pretty big events, but this is the first time we've done an event of this sort of scale on Ice Cream Uploads, which requires us to be doing a bunch of things. You may have seen we posted our talent announcement this morning. That includes, well, us two, obviously. You know, go ahead. But obviously. we are joined by Silencer. For those of you who don't know words, great. If you don't know who Silencer is. He's one of the casters, one of the team at Code Red Esports. He will be joining us, not in the studio, but not physically anyway. He will be joining us in the studio digitally, just like this. We will have Silencer in the broadcast with us. So yes, we will be in there. We will be joined with Silencer, and we will bring you a 5-hour PUBG console community celebration on Saturday, 30th of July, 3 p.m. until around 8 p.m. Within that, we will have a 2-hour slot on the Twitch front page. We will have Twitch drops. So if anyone wants a brand new PUBG crate emote in-game, well, just watch us. We'll make sure you get it. So we'll have Twitch drops during the broadcast. We will have prizes like GT Mega chairs, like an Astro headset, like insert coin vouchers, £2,000 prize pool up for grabs. Plus, we have prizes for viewers. There is a giveaway ongoing right now for a Koyo merch bundle, which includes all sorts of stuff. You can see it on our Twitter. If anyone has the link to that and does want to feel free to drop that in the chat, then feel free. So we have that giveaway running right now. Also, we will be giving away an Astro A10 headset to someone that gets involved with the stream. We don't want to give the details of that just yet. That should be coming later on today in a series of tweets. So we'll tell you exactly what the format of the tournament is. There will be 6 matches. We'll tell you what the running order of that is. We'll tell you what prizes are up for grabs, and we'll tell you how the prize pool is broken down. So it should give you all a little bit more information about what games people are playing, what is up for grabs, and hopefully what you guys could potentially bag as well for getting involved. Obviously, most of the prizing is for the competitors because that's kind of how the event goes. We don't just go, yeah, let's get shitloads of people to play games and they give prizes just to the viewers because that's not how it works. But you will have a chance to win a couple of things as well, which is nice. Setup is looking badass though, babe. Big old
it is. Yeah, it's taken the best part of 3 days to get everything sorted out, but that's just what it is, isn't it? We've got a large studio with a lot of space that we are trying to utilize to its absolute max. Because like you say, we've done tournaments in there before. We've done 3 different invitationals. We've also done a Muscle Moose Cup in there as well. So
technically, we did the Muscle Moose at home. That was lockdown. I was sat here. And
yes,
you sat in yours.
Yes, we did. Correct. So yeah, we've done 4 competitions, 3 inside the studio. So, well, as well as an inaugural one as well. So 5 competitions. This one is 100% going to be our biggest and best. And I know that just sounds like marketing guff because we have to try and sell the event, but genuinely,
absolutely,
it is outrageous. We've got 4 different cameras on the go that gives you a small little insight into how obviously big the studio is and how much we're trying to utilize as much power as we can without one cutting the grid for the whole of Bolton or 2 setting the building on fire. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff going on, which is obviously why we haven't been able to do that many scoops today because we just wouldn't have been able to, 1, fit it in, and B, have the space and time to be able to do it because we're moving desks around and whatever else. So yeah, the likelihood is next week is probably going to be the same again, as we're putting final preparations in place. Because obviously, me and Graham are only in the office 2 or 3 days a week. So whatever we leave it on Thursday is exactly what we're going to hopefully come back to on Saturday. Hopefully,
it's going to be fine.
That wasn't the case during the summer.
It's going to be great. Absolutely, we come in first thing in the morning. It's going to absolutely all work. Just like my setup did today, which is about 10% of what we have in the studio. Oh, wait, that didn't work either. And it's still not working entirely now. Great. So, yes, do feel free to join us for that. We have, there'll be me in the studio. There'll be Bibby kind of in the studio. Bibby will be available, but not visible, at least not most of the time. I think we're setting up a mic. Are we setting up one of the cameras on you as well, or...?
I think we've actually run out of cameras available, but I have got a spare one underneath my desk here that I'm not using, so I could bring that one in. Hopefully, we've got enough USB ports because again, we're running out of space for that as well.
So we will hopefully. I mean, whether you see him on, you'll definitely hear Bibby at times. Yeah. We'll have silencer patched in through video conferencing. We will bring you 6 games featuring 16 PUBG streamers spread across Europe and NA. We will have 64 players spread across those 16 streamers teams. So it's going to be, in that sense, the biggest event that we've done. We've had. Oh no, what did we have? We had. No, that will be the biggest because we had 16 3-man teams previously. So, yeah, this will be the biggest. 64-player tournament. We'll be live on 17 different channels at least. That's the 16 streamers, captains, plus our channel. And then probably some other people maybe streaming that throughout the day as well. Possibly live on the PUBG Twitch via a host, so we'll be everywhere. And then from our content, we'll bring you gameplay, we'll bring you analysis, some cool graphics, the ICU sense of humor that you come to expect. We're not just going to go full on serious esports at all times. We will have some humor in there as well, plus some green screen spectaculars as well, which should be pretty nice. We haven't showed any of that. We're not going to show any of that. We may do some teasery bits possibly if time permits next week, but if not, you'll see it all from 3 p.m. next Saturday, 30th of July. Do feel free to join us for that. Before any of that stuff happens, though, there is a lot of things for us to do between now and then. The first thing we're going to do is talk about video game news, because that is what we are here for. This is the UK's #1 video game podcast. If we do say so ourselves, we're going to bring you the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories from the world of video games right now for the next hour-ish. Speaking of ish, that's exactly when we go live. We go live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads each and every single weekday at 10 a.m. ish. And at the moment, each and every single weekday ish. So you get the point. We have an ish emote. It gets used quite a bit. So we do bring you the news each and every single weekday ish at 10 a.m. ish on Twitch. But if you're not with us on Twitch, that's fine. That's fine. You can watch this live on YouTube, and you can listen along on iTunes and Spotify and SoundCloud and Google Play and do you know what? Fuck it. All the podcastings. If you are watching on stream, though, please do feel free to get involved. Like Gaga has just done.
Good morning, gents. That's 2 years I soupish.
Gaga dropping his 23-month sub and says that's 2 years-ish.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. Nice. Nice. I see you doing the jokes. Nice. Now, thank you very much, Gaga. Almost 2 years. Appreciate that. Honestly, me and Bibby were just talking about golf streams and stuff just before we went live. And Gaga found us through that. Nice. Front page. I mean, we're going to be on the front page next Saturday, and that is how Gaga and a bunch of other people found us when we were on the front page like almost 2 years ago. I appreciate that, Gaga. Thank you very much, dude.
It was only 60,000 people. Don't worry about it.
Just 60,000, yeah. It's easy. I mean, it's not like we were the #1 channel broadcasting PGA 2K on launch day in the entire world. It's not like we were the top of the tree. I mean, we had some whippersnappers like Bateson and co trying to keep up with us. They did a good job, but yeah, you know.
Don't handle the smoke, Graham. Some people can, some people can't. But don't worry about it. Swinging a golf club round in this very small room was quite entertaining, but here we are.
So yes, if you are watching us on stream and you want to swing some golf clubs around, well done. We wouldn't recommend that. But what we would recommend is get involved in the chat, because as mentioned, we do turn it into all the podcasts and stuff like that. But those people are watching on demand. You have an important job. You need to get involved in the chat to give their thoughts and impressions. We will give you our thoughts and impressions. We want to hear your thoughts and impressions, and then your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. So please get involved. Bateson, who's he? He's some small-time streamer that tries to copy us when we play PGA 2K. Yeah. If you want to know who Bateson is, he only really has one opinion. Bateson, what do you think of Nietzsche?
Nietzsche is a bike seat sniffer.
Oh, thank you very much, Bateson. That's a very good input there. I appreciate that. Back to your stream. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. For now, though, before we jump into the show, a couple of things to mention. ! Loot drop. Subscribers win prizes. If you're a sub on our channel, you could bag yourself a prize on the first Monday of every month. So not only will we have a big old stream on Saturday the 30th of July, but the Monday following that, we will do a giveaway as well. Also, spoilers, we will do a giveaway for an Astro headset starting in August as well. So we'll have giveaways through the streams, but if you want to bag yourself an Astro A40 headset, one of these bad boys, then stick around. You don't even have to be a sub for that. Just check out our social medias. So ! Astro, if you want any information on that. But for now then, babe.
Yeah.
Should we jump into some news?
Do you know what, Graham? I feel like for the second time this week, I think we owe it to people.
I think, go on then. Go on then. We'll see what we can do. Well, we have a few stories today. We're going to kick off talking about Naughty Dog. This is a conversation that has started in our Discord, as a lot of our news does. We have a section in the Discord, ! Discord, where we allow you guys to share news stories with us. So it's not just us scraping the news and bringing you the headlines. We will have conversations with you proactively about the news as well. Naughty Dog has released an official Last of Us remake, gameplay after hurtful leaks. So there have been some videos leaked, super bad res, super bad quality, that have showed off The Last of Us, and Naughty Dog have now responded to that by releasing a better quality video to do it justice. That's where we're going to kick things off. We'll then jump into FIFA 23. Another conversation that has been rambling on in the Discord is FIFA 23. First news on that, what the game includes and what the game doesn't include. So we'll bring you that one after that. Then we'll jump into another conversation from the Discord. Xbox gets Discord. Despite PlayStation paying shitloads of money to get Discord and still doesn't have Discord. Nice. Great. So we'll jump into that conversation. Then we'll talk about Ubisoft's situation in the wider video game world, and we'll wrap things up with hashtag
Free Game Friday. That jingle changes every single time I say it, so I need to get one locked in. I'm just going to start freestyling every time.
It's like the Baker's Dozen that changes every time. Baby's Free Game Friday every week. It's fucking... Free Game Friday. So yeah, Free Game Friday. We'll tell you what games you can bag for free on the Epic Games Store, and if there's anything else. But it's just the Epic Games Store today. We'll tell you what you can get today. For now, though, let's talk about The Last of Us. So this is written by Tom Ivan at BGC. Naughty Dog releases official Last of Us remake gameplay after hurtful leaks. The studio has published a 10-minute features and gameplay deep dive video. So Naughty Dog has shown off the first official The Last of Us Part 1 gameplay following a series of leaks that developers have described as disheartening, frustrating, and hurtful. The 10-minute features, let me hit play on this actually. Play, mute, nice. The 10-minute features and gameplay deep dive video below, which is now playing on screen for those watching on video formats, includes interviews with the directors of The Last of Us Part 1 who discuss, quote, how the team went in and rebuilt the beloved game from the ground up, end quote. An accompanying PlayStation blog post confirms the game can render native 4K at targeted 30 FPS or dynamic 4K at targeted 60 FPS. Quote, the PS5's powerful hardware drives a host of visual benefits, from denser physics with tons of bumpables and chippables. Bullets can now rip apart concrete and environmental objects, in brackets. That's explaining what that is if you don't know what bumpables and chippables is. I didn't, so now I do. Let's go. And cinematics now transition seamlessly to gameplay, it reads. Quote, motion matching technology means that character animations flow more convincingly, intuitively, and realistically, all adding another layer of believability to characters and their interactions with the world. Further AI upgrades mean that characters inhabit a world in a more authentic and realistic way, such as buddy characters navigating cover to avoid enemy NPC sightlines more authentically. Naughty Dog has also added permadeath and speedrun focus modes, plus new unlockable costumes for Joel and Ellie. The release of the official gameplay follows a number of leaks showing off the game's intro, combat, and accessibility options, among other features. Quote, "Leaks really suck," said Naughty Dog Vice President Arne Meyer after the release of the official video. "Especially when we're right on the cusp of an asset drop. It's disheartening and frustrating to teams who have put their hearts making awesome things for our fans." I'm assuming that should have had an into. Put their hearts into making awesome things for our fans. Naughty Dog's editor Samuel Prince echoed Mayer's feelings about leaks. They're extremely hurtful to the devs who work tirelessly to bring you these wonderful games. Public-facing assets take a long time to create, revise, approve, localize, clear legal, ESRB, etc. Be kind. Ending article there. There is a little bit to wrap it up at the end, but we will stop there. I'll jump back up to the video just to keep that on whilst we start the conversation. But as it says, Naughty Dog has released official Last of Us gameplay in response to leaks. Mr. Bibb, thoughts?
I hate this, first of all. The leaking part of stuff is always something that it rubs me the wrong way. If I'm being honest, it takes a lot of work to be able to put a game together, and then the marketing beats that come along that, because you want to show it off in the best light. But it always feels like when people when we get leaks, it's not always the best because it has no context.
Yeah.
So it is very difficult to be able to take everything that you see without face value, really, because that's the only thing that you've got off. So for them to go, do you know what? We're just going to have to roll this out, and it's not the first time it's happened. I don't think it's happened. It's happened pretty recently as well. I forget the game that it's happened with. But it has happened fairly recently where something's been leaked and they go, do you know what? It's already out there. Let's just put out these fires and release our marketing beats early. And then we've had to see something. It was quite a high-profile game as well, but I can't remember what it was, which is annoying. I probably should have looked at this up before I started talking about it. But anyway, I hate it. I hate the fact that they've had to bring everything forward as a company that does work in video game marketing. You spend a lot of time being able to go, okay, we're going to build this trailer out. We're going to put all these little teasers out there, not to the point where it's just going to start baiting people. You want to get them excited. You don't want to piss people off. And it's a very fine line. But now they've just had to spaff everything out just to try and either put out fires or try and please people, or potentially just piss on the people who've end up that are trying to get traction by leaking stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because that is obviously something that comes into this as well. Not necessarily just we're fans, we want everyone to look at it, but we're fans. But I think if we're first, we can get a lot of clap off the back of this. So it's annoying. But I mean, it looks decent. There's a lot of stigma around this at the moment anyway, because obviously there is 2 or 3 versions of this game already out. I don't think people are fully in with this being a concept because they feel like it doesn't need a remaster or a remake. I'm kind of in both camps, but it's entirely up to you whether or not you're going to be spending the 70 sheets for this.
Yeah, no, I get that. I agree with that as well. I'll take the gameplay off screen. You get the idea of what the video's on there. The video is a 10-minute long video. You will be able to find that on the PlayStation YouTube channel. Oop, wrong one. That one. That's what I need to do. There we go. So for those that missed it, there is a little bit of a debate about whether it's worth it. Within 9 years, we've had the first release of The Last of Us on the PS3, which then got a HD remaster for the PS4 generation. So we got a game, it then got remastered, and has now been remade as well, all within a 9-year period. 3 consoles, 3 different games. Is it a bad thing? I mean, I don't particularly think it is myself, because you get a PS3 version of a game, and great, it's made for the PS3. The PS4 can arguably do more, as can the PS5. Could they have done a remaster of a remaster? Yeah, probably. But would that have been a harder one to sell? Yeah, probably. Oh, great, you've remastered a remaster, and you want me to pay for it again. Whereas remaking it allows them to not just make it a little bit visually better, but The Last of Us 2... and this is, I have to say, with a pinch, because I still haven't played The Last of Us 2, even though I do own it and have owned it since day one. The Last of Us 2 looks and plays better than The Last of Us 1 in terms of the controls, in terms of what your characters can do. So they use that opportunity to go, okay, we have multiple different things, multiple different things to consider here. The fact that we could be bringing a Last of Us TV series, that we are bringing a Last of Us TV series that people can consume and jump into the world of The Last of Us for the first time. We have PS5s out there now. Could someone who has just picked up a PS5 and gone, do you know what? I'll actually watch this Last of Us TV series. And I actually, do you know what? I want to play it for the first time. I've had an Xbox for the last 15 years. I've not played The Last of Us. So I would like a proper PS5 experience. I completely get it. I'm on board with it. I like what it stands for. For me, and I'm a very, very big The Last of Us fan. This is one of my top video games of all time, if not my top video game of all time. Story-driven, at least. Because then it's when I start breaking it down. It's like, yeah, but different things. And blah, blah, blah. But it's there. It's there. It's in the conversation. So I should be open to this. And I'm not open to the idea of spending 70 quid to just play it again. Some people can be, and that's fine. If you're into that, do that, fine. We've had that conversation before. One thing I'm not into, though, is the same thing that Bibby said, and that is having that game leaked, whether it's for malicious purposes, as in, look, it just looks like the old one, or whether it's just for clicks and shares, or whatever reasons it is. Someone that has been trusted with access to video game code has then shared this, which, as the article said, and as Bibby said, is just... It's shit, because, like, let's talk about the Royal Rumble, and this is absolutely not a spawn bit in terms of, like, we're not meaning to self-promo this, even though we have already self-promoted it, by the way, but we had some video trailers and stuff made. We've announced the casting talent this morning. We've announced prize pools. We've shown the different team captains and stuff. We knew all of that stuff before it came out. And yes, we aren't Naughty Dog. We don't have as many eyes on us. We don't have the same number of people clamoring to see our next bit of content. But we put effort into creating a plan, a timeline. We knew that 2 weeks ago we were going to tease the event with a moving asset, a nice little video. Then on the day later, we were going to actually announce the event with a bigger moving video. Shout out to West, by the way, who's played that video on his Twitch about 10,000 times and hasn't received any royalties. So I massively appreciate him.
Legend.
So we then made that video, and then we went through a series of 16 different team announcement assets. That's 16 different assets that needed to be made, and 16 different assets that needed to be tweeted, each with accompanying text. If you sit there as a small Twitch channel that's doing a community event, and you've made a video, you've made 16 different assets, you've written 17 different posts to go with those, not including all the other stuff that we're doing around it, that's a good chunk of work on its own. And then if someone just goes, oh, I found these assets, and spaffs them out on the internet before you get to share them, it's like, oh, great. Now what do I do? All of those assets that I've just done, do I still go through and just post these things? Do I go up next? Because you pretty much know who's going to be up next. When there's only 2 or 3 teams left, you can pretty much guarantee who we're going to announce and stuff like that. So we'd be gutted if someone took all our stuff. So I completely agree. That's us making a few assets, watering it down. We have been working on it for quite a while, so I am watering it down when I'm kind of saying that, oh, it's just making a few assets. We've put quite a bit of work into this, so if people shared that, I'd be pissed. And seeing The Last of Us having that done to them, that's got to be absolutely gutting, especially as Anamaya says, on the cusp of an asset drop as well. You are just about to release it, and someone's gone, oh, let me just say that for you, and it's like, great. We've just put all that effort in. We've made this thing. We've given you access to it for whatever means that is. That might be a content creator that's had it soon and has gone, okay, I'll share this with you. If you don't, share it with someone else. Or one of those things, I don't know. And then there's someone else has gone, fuck it, yeah, put it on the internet. Yeah. Or it could have just been a content creator that's just done that. It could be whatever it is. Someone has just, at the final stretch, where the 100 meters is about to come into close, Usain Bolt's just about to stick his face forward to go over the line, and someone just goes, yoink, straight in front of him. It's like, for fuck's sake, seriously? So I do feel for him for that. In terms of the video itself, have you watched it? What are your thoughts? Have you not had a chance to get a close eyes on it?
I haven't. Well, to be honest with you, Graham, I think I've said this for quite a lot of games recently. The trailers themselves don't genuinely fill me with that much excitement anymore. I don't know if it's just an age thing, but I don't even watch them for movies anymore. If someone told me, well, they've announced that they're going to be making a new Joker film, will I watch the trailer? Probably not. Albeit, I love the franchise. I love where the Joker is in the DC universe. I love how many different versions of the Joker we've had over the last couple of years, but not hearing more about it. I don't need to hear more. I'm already in. Do you know what I mean? I'm already in with this game. I don't need to see any more of this. I know it's on its way. So in terms of, I'm definitely not the target audience for this, despite my obviously my love for The Last of Us or my love for the genre itself. Don't really need to see more of it. I'm already in, kind of thing. So for me, it kind of just went straight over my head. So I probably won't be watching it. I don't need to watch it. I'm already invested. So yeah, I feel like this has been done maliciously just to piss people off.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest with this particular one, I feel like they genuinely have, because despite it being one of the most recognized IPs probably of the last 20 years, I do feel like it's kind of reached a little. It's like critical mass. It's that the needle's just gone the opposite way slightly. Like it's nearly annoying because of how many times it's obviously been remade and remastered, and how many people are on the fence with wanting to spend another £70 on it. I do feel like if you wanted to buy this, the best, I don't say best value for money, but being able to buy maybe a collector's edition of this might be a better way for people. I know that sounds like you're just giving them more money, but you're not necessarily just buying the game again. You'd probably be getting a different, like,
you're buying
little
into
figurines,
a proper
and stuff.
signpost event in terms of it's either a statue or it's a steelbook or it's something that is you going, okay, I'm buying into nostalgia here, not just a video game. And I think that is the thing, though. A lot of people want to buy into the nostalgia in the video game, but are going £70 for nostalgia. I've played it and paid for it ish twice. I mean, truthfully, the game, the HD remaster, I think, is one of the games that's free on the PlayStation Plus Classics collection or something like that.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So a lot of people have probably played it and not paid for it as well, which is, there's that too. So I get why they're going, okay, well, this one isn't a freebie because there already exists a freebie. If you just want to play the game, you can do. But if you want the bells and whistles, fine. And I get that, but bells and whistles shouldn't be a full price. What the fuck? But that's a completely different story. That's a completely different story. Do I think it's overpriced? I do think it's overpriced. Not do I think that game as a brand new game is worth £70? I do. But that has been paid for. So that's where the nuances are for me. It is worth £70. And a lot of people will have never spent that £70. So it's for those, it probably is worth it. For me, not so much. So I will endeavour to play The Last of Us Rebuilt for PS5. But when I pay rebuilt prices, not brand new PS5 game prices. That said, anyone that's gone out of the way to be disheartening, frustrating, hurtful, and harmful to developers, if you've done that on purpose, you're a shithouse. If you've done it for your own personal gains rather than trying to shit on those people, you're still a shithouse because it's not your things to be profiting off. If you've done that for a few clicks, likes, views, followers, subscribers, I hope the DMCA's come running. I hope you get the strikes, the slaps that you deserve, because it's not big, it's not clever. If you are late into the stream, we are talking about the Naughty Dog Last of Us remake has had chunks of the game shared, so Naughty Dog has responded by publishing a 10-minute features and gameplay deep dive video to show you a little bit more about what that looks like, or what it should look like in true full HD 4K spectacular viewing RTX stuff. So yeah, do feel free to check that out. We can drop links if anyone wants. Let me jump back through the chat then. Viv ish. Yeah, there was a few issues at the start of the show, just a few. Not sure, but Bateson has lost viewers since I last visited his stream. I mean, Bateson's views are up and down, just like any Twitch channels are, really. Obviously, he plays a seasonal game, so if you go watch Bateson in a month and a half, or even a month, whenever the new FIFA comes out, he will have an astronomical number of viewers. This is at the end of the cycle. Plus, I saw you mention something about 2 years ago as well. 2 years ago, we were in lockdown, so everyone's views were up. so there's that too. Yeah, there is definitely no issue with Bateson's numbers. He still gets strong numbers. He will go anywhere between 1,000 to 4,000 viewers quite easily. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's good. Is there a correlation? Oh no, well, the correlation is that Bibby was playing PGA, so maybe that's it. Maybe he's just never
get him off.
Maybe we have. Oh, he's a friend of the channel, and we've just done him dirty like that. God damn. Neil says Royale Rumble. If you want, yeah, go on then. What was that in terms of us talking about like having assets leaked and stuff? We haven't had any assets leaked. I was just using us as an example, saying that we put effort into doing that stuff. There is a lot of assets that you haven't seen. There is a lot of assets that you have seen, but that's all in a 4-week social calendar planned out with content written in that other people, other brands, other teams have all agreed on to be able to be there to help promote. Did I call it Royal? Did I call it? I blame everyone else, to be fair. I've been that in so many people's streams saying it's not Royal, it's Royale, and I've fucking gone and done it myself. Fuck's sake. But yeah. Itch my head. Yeah, we've had so much. To have that leak for us would be disheartening. To have something that's taken as many people and as much time and as many resources as what Naughty Dog's put in would be an absolute rage. Tiny Yoda's in. In the stream you are. Welcome in. I heard you talking about Whistling Bells. Is that Naked Neil's new nickname? Bateson can bugger off. I'm suing him for slander. I mean, isn't slander something that someone says about you that's not true?
That is very true.
I'm confused as to where. I advise you to not take that one up because you're probably just going to waste a lot of money in court.
Bike seat sniffer.
Exactly. Nietzsche is a bike seat sniffer. Where's the slander? I don't know. So yeah, there you go. Nice. Okay, we will jump into story number 2. And this is something that has been rumbling on in the Discord for a few days now because there was rumors. We knew a video was coming about FIFA 23. The rumors were what will be in it, what won't be in it. And one of the key things for us, particularly if you watch the ICU subathon last month, was...
Fucking hell, size of this moth.
Fucking hell, size of this moth. One of the key things for us was that crossplay being in pro clubs had the potential to be huge for us because as we found out when we came to play pro clubs during the subathon, caught my mic and muted, let's go. We have a lot of people that play FIFA in this community and a lot of people that would love to play FIFA with everyone else. But when you spread that across PS4s, PS5s, Xbox Ones and Xbox Series consoles, doesn't play ball, quite literally. So hopefully that's going to be a thing, right? Right? Well, we'll see. This is going to test me. Shubhankar Parijat at Gaming Bolt has this article that says FIFA 23 launches September the 30th. Touts, Hypermotion 2, World Cup, crossplay, and more. So FIFA 23 will bring improvements to Hypermotion tech, both men's and women's FIFA World Cups, crossplay support, and much more. Jumping into the article, it says EA Sports has officially unveiled FIFA 23 and detailed its key new features and improvements. Check out new screenshots, cover art images, and the reveal trailer below. This being a World Cup year, FIFA 23 will, of course, include the international competition as well. Both the men's FIFA World Cup Qatar 22 and FIFA Women's World Cup Australia and New Zealand 2023 will be added to the game as free post-launch updates. FIFA 23 will also feature women's club teams with Barclays Women's Super League and Division 1 Arkema joining the game, spanning 19,000 plus players across 700 plus teams in over 100 stadiums and over 30 leagues. Just in case you didn't catch that, numbers. Nice. On the pitch, you can expect several improvements. Hypermotion technology features with Hypermotion 2. This will bring various improvements in physics and animations, in addition to a new intelligent dribbling system, a more natural and fluid transition to shooting, all new acceleration mechanics, enhanced player awareness, and more. Meanwhile, the game will also feature improvements to various modes, including Career Mode, Pro Clubs, Vault of Football, FIFA Ultimate Team, and more. A new training centre will also be included. As previously leaked, FIFA 23 will also be the first game in the series to feature cross-play support. PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Stadia players will be able to play with and against each other. Meanwhile, PS4 and Xbox One will also be able to play with and against each other. Crossplay will be enabled by default, though players will have the option to opt out if they wish. Recently, EA Sports revealed PSG's Kylian Mbappe and Chelsea's Sam Kerr as FIFA 23's cover stars. The latter is the first female footballer to star on a FIFA cover. Nice, cover. Read more about that, though, through here. Okay, we'll stop there because it's just going about where you can get stuff, the different modes, and the what's. One thing it didn't do was go into detail there about crossplay support. It did say that PS5, Xbox Series X, and S, PC and Stadia, i.e. next-gen experiences, will be able to share those experiences with one another. And last-gen, PS4 and Xbox One consoles will be able to share those experiences with each other too in crossplay.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have confirmation? Do we know definitively that crossplay is or isn't in clubs? That's the question that I'm going to start off with. Do you know that for definite yet, Bib?
Yes, I know this for definite because there has already been huge petitions around Twitter on this one with the hashtag Save Pro Clubs. It's Pro Clubs is not the thing that makes the money because there is no microtransactions in there. I absolutely understand they have a business model. They are making money hand over fist with Foot. They don't make any money in career mode. They don't make any money on Pro Clubs. They don't make any money on Volta. They don't make any money on the other game mode, Become a Legend. Not Become a Legend, Be a Pro. They don't make any money on those. They make money on on Foot. So it makes sense for them to be able to look after that first. It doesn't necessarily mean that they need to neglect the other ones. Like Volta, for me, took actual step back last year. It wasn't as good as the two campaigns beforehand. I'm probably one of the biggest Volta fans in the world. I absolutely love that game. I played it very little last year.
We used to have, I don't know if I've got my sounds on this profile, but we used to have nah. Oh, exclamation mark horn. You know what it is. That was set up basically for whenever Bibby mentioned Volta. When we started doing the scoops, Bibby was like, I'm playing some Volta. He plays a Volta. Yeah. It's like, what you play, Graham? PUBG. It was that. So Bibby was definitely a big Volta guy. I agree in thinking back to how much he spoke about Volta in FIFA 22. It was like, oh yeah, it's there. And then it was gone.
Yeah, it took a massive step back. The mode itself just lost what made it good in the first place. It started adding things to it that didn't need to be added. Like not being able to team up with your mates was one of them. Like we'd done not necessarily pro clubs on Volta before, but it was essentially like me, Ads, and a few other people was playing like 4-a-side against other people. That was awesome. Absolutely love that. And obviously you couldn't do that last year. If it just seemed to be all drop-in matches. They may have patched it and they may have updated it for you to be able to do that, but by then I'd already long gone and moved on to something else. And it's very rare that you end up getting it back when you do stuff like that, which they won't be that asked about. But anyway. Pro clubs not having crossplay is a massive detriment to the way that FIFA is, and it's been shown. I'm going to see if I can try and find the tweet now for the Save Pro Clubs thing, but it was like a full. You might even want to read it out.
There was it was in the Discord. I don't know if it. I mean, a lot has been shared in that Discord since, but someone did share like a wall of text from one of the Pro Clubs communities. I didn't actually see it. I would grab that, but that would require me taking you off the screen. There we go. The VFL have tweeted this. So, dear EA Sports FIFA, we as a community demand answers. They saw hashtag fix pro clubs when friendlies were broke, and they reacted. It's now time to be aggressive on social media again. They will notice us. Hashtag save pro clubs is the tweet. The article says, the pro clubs community responds to no crossplay in FIFA 23. To those at EA Sports involved with FIFA 23, this is a message on behalf of the pro clubs community. All of us, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and more. We demand an explanation as to why you have yet again opted to overlook and bypass pro clubs from your cross-play game modes. As a community leader that has put 10 years into the game mode, I feel the time has come to be a leader in asking the very public and direct questions to EA Sports in regards to why, yet again, for another year, our game mode that we love and play has been ignored. I want to understand why, heading into 2023, your views on the game mode are still so bleak that you opt to overlook it with a feature like crossplay, which is needed. I know you have eyes on everything, every YouTuber, every content creator, maybe even Twitter accounts like this. I am not one of the guys who will rail you every year for not putting tattoos into the game mode, but I will now be the guy who questions why you want the game mode to die. This decision confirms to me that you either do not care about pro clubs or are so out of touch that you really don't understand what players want. For years, we've had to sit back and watch FUT get the attention, and we understood it. It's the moneymaker. Nobody is stupid. We get it. But now, in a time where people want to connect with others, where the game mode will become fresh again with the prospect of crossplay, we need answers. Is it because of FIFA itself? Is it due to lack of resources in the department? Come out and give the players who have been loyal to your mode putting thousands of hours playing and thousands more making external communities to keep a buzz around it? An answer. If not, you will begin to see the game mode collapse. People were pinning their last hopes on FIFA 23 being the one to give them their spark back. Crossplay would have done that. For a lot of people, you could re-release FIFA 22, stuck a FIFA 23 logo on it, added crossplay into it, and you would have more likely gotten a free hit year from the community. We would not have been ecstatic, but we would have remembered this year as being the year we could finally interact with more people. Now, you're going to see this game mode drop off more. You're going to see more people move on from your game in general, and you're going to see less players actively care. Bravo. What a move. And this bit you can't see on the screen because the discussing now is in the way, but I'll read it out anyway. Come out, give us an answer, and remember, some of us don't buy your games every year for the premium gold foot packs. If there is no answer or clarity from EA, I urge every other player and league to take a stand on socials once and for all. It's not acceptable, and enough is enough. They noticed us when friendlies broke, they'll notice us again. Now, hashtag save pro clubs. Big old message, definitely heartfelt. What are your thoughts, Pip?
I think the bang on. There is this is going back. I used to play in YFL. It was called Your FIFA League. Maybe 2008, 2009 is when pro clubs first started to become a thing. And you couldn't even create a pro at the time during those leagues. It was, if you was, well, I was playing for Barnet. I was in like Division 2 and I had to use their Barnet centre midfielder because that's where I was playing. Like you couldn't create your pro then. You just had to use that's how long these websites have been going for people to be able to try and join up and play 11 aside, as it were, in the game. Like, it was revolutionary, and that has been going since like 2008, 2009. We're now in 2022, and crossplay has been in that game now for nearly 12 months, albeit it has been in online friendlies on the division stuff and foot. The online friendly stuff, I'm guessing that was just like a base, a foundation. Can it work in this? Okay. Copy and paste, put it into foot. Okay. I imagine it becomes a little bit more difficult when there's 22 people or 22 connections running. I understand that because that's various different platforms all coming together. It does take a little bit more time, but to outright say that it's not going to be there, taper expectations. Just say, look, we understand that it's gonna take a long time. Bear with us. We are looking into it. That's all you need to say. At some point, you may need to come out and make a statement later down the line. Say we're still looking at it. It's very difficult to get through.
We're still looking at it. It's difficult to get through. It's not going to be this game now, but it is something that is being investigated. Once we have something that we can action, it will come. But at the moment, it's just it's not there.
It's just explaining stuff like that. Like, it's. The Pro Clubs for me is the best game mode within FIFA, and it always has been, because that's the game mode that I spent more time during my late teenage years and early adult life playing. That's FIFA and Pro Evo were my two biggest games. Obviously, there's a lot of single player games as well, but when it comes down to multiplayer, I wasn't a massive COD fan. I was more of a Battlefield fan, but I didn't play multiplayer games all that often. But playing Pro Clubs absolutely was. Get 8 people, because that's what Xbox Live limited to you at the time. 8 people into your party. Bosh, you're having a Pro Clubs night. You're on there till God knows what time in the morning. It was incredible. And now you've got websites like VFL that have leagues. They'll have maybe 30 different leagues, but they're all restricted to consoles and platforms. Now they could have increased that tenfold and had maybe 70, 80, 90, 100 leagues there, where there is just a football manager-esque pool of players that are fighting to get into these teams. Okay, they've played really well for Scunthorpe. They've got a really good passing accuracy. They're assisting a load. Okay, we'll come in and buy him for Hull or Sunderland or something like that, because that's genuinely how the market works in these. If you are really good for a lackluster team, people from the other teams will be looking at your stats and going, okay, we'll bring him on trial. Like, it is genuinely like a real life football environment, just done virtually. And there's esports teams that do this. So it has the biggest, in my opinion, more than foot, the biggest opportunity for this to be a real life esport in terms of like what League of Legends is.
Do you know what? I see it as something different as well. Like not just what you said, but look at what does every video game developer want? out there right now. Fortnite. We want what they don't want the game, but they want what Fortnite has or was on. That sort of keep coming back, keep playing it. It's something that's easily viewable, something that is a solo experience and also a communal experience, something that has content, seasonal content that you can build on. The thing with a football game is it's an annual release cycle, so you are essentially tied to that season. The squads and rosters will dominate for a lot of people. That's fine, that's great, but the issue that FIFA has is its own success. It is hampered by its own success with FUT, in essence, in that sort of sense. I mean, this is my assumptions. I don't know anything about this internally. This is my assumptions. FUT being so successful is a way on everything else. We can't. I mean, we'd like to do the other thing. We'd like to try something new, but let's just sort the FUT first, and then we'll come back to it after we've done the FUT. And it's like, okay, just leave FUT alone. You don't have to just focus just on FUT. But that's the thing. It's like you just guarantee that someone inside somewhere is going, can we not just build out something formal with good rankings, leaderboards, good systems to sign up for teams and transfer among them? Let's have some proper detailed cups. Let's have some proper activations. These content creators that do such a great job of supporting the game all the way through the year, let's get them doing some activations on clubs. And even if it's like clubs that, the thing with clubs, it's difficult to get 22 different people from around the world onto the pitch at once without it just being like fill lobby. Boom. That's why Battle Royale is good, because you get 100 different people that'll go, oh, fuck it, I'll go against whoever. And you jump in as a team of 4 maximum. Get a team of 11, it's quite hard to get 11 of your mates or 10 other mates and you in a party at one point in time, and then playing against someone else that's doing the same thing. So even if there was just like quick 4-man sort of club stuff, or ways where they kind of modularize it, where you jump in like teams of 3 and it throws you 3-3-3, and then like the other ones are either AI or 2 people could just go, yeah, I'll go and fill space or whatever. That sort of stuff that has been developed and pushed forward in video games over the last 10 years, that you'd just be like, that kind of makes sense to throw that into clubs. And then I go back to stepping into what I've seen with my real eyes. Top video game esports professionals in football games, not just FIFA, but PES, eFootball, all saying, I would love to just be able to just play something. Maybe it's not competitive. I mean, it will be competitive, obviously, if it turns into a thing, but maybe not competitive. Maybe I'm a solo traditional one or solo player FIFA, and that's my competitive game, but I'd love to jump into clubs for the social stuff that I get from jumping into Warzone or something like that. I've heard that from pros. I've heard that from the biggest football gaming content creators in the world that have all said, do you know what? I absolutely love clubs. And you pick a FIFA content creator on Twitch or on YouTube, and I guarantee that 9 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10 will be like, if I could play pro clubs for my living, I would do that. But because everything is pushed and engineered toward, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You put the packs and stuff on the menus and in the game and in the marketing and develop that mode, that's what people want to watch. I want to play clubs, and people always go, well, if they didn't just open packs and they just played pro clubs. And this is not the place to have that conversation, because it's such a long conversation. But the content creators themselves are usually video game players like us, like Bibby, like me, that will sit here and go, I'd love a game of pro clubs, but it's a bit shit. It's not a bit of shit. I mean, once you're in it, it's great. But why? What am I in there for? What is the long game? So, Sheepfragger.
6 months.
6 months. You goddamn right. Thank you very much for the half year, dude. How are you doing? Welcome in. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon now, yeah. I mean, the Pro Clubs has got a lot of things going for it. It's got an economy. It's got various websites that are all fan run. Like, they're not run by companies or anything like that. This is people who are admins who have literally spent their entire, I don't know, maybe adult life creating these websites and putting stuff in place for people to be able to go in, and if they want to be able to play clubs for 2 hours with absolute strangers and become really good teammates who then go on to maybe play for money. Like, there was during lockdown, Lad Bible was doing pro clubs tournaments where it was like, submit your team. put in a fiver, winner takes all, bosh. And me and my mates did that. We didn't get past round 2. We had an absolute stinker. But it's the competitive edge. Like, yeah, we're a really good team, and then you go and play against really good teams, and you get your ass handed to you. Like Mike Ankel, or Magic, if it now changes gamer tag in here. He plays for an Xbox Pro Clubs team as a goalkeeper, and he posts his saves and stuff like that in our Discord. Like the whole environment and the economy that they have over there is outrageous, and it genuinely. I've put a link in there. I don't know if you want to bring that up on there. Yeah, it's on screen, right? Yeah, imagine how sick that would be as a LAN event. Imagine how cool that would be. That just makes that would be instantly viewable, because you'd be like, wait, there's a football pitch there, and there's a formation. You can clearly see a formation in play, but they're playing FIFA. Like that's cool. Like it was all the gammons who was complaining that the E Premier League was on Sky Sports. Like, they're playing video games, but they're playing as professional clubs. Like, what is all this about? I don't understand it. I imagine they would have something to say, but imagine if Sky Sports broadcast that. Like, it would just blow everyone's socks off.
The thing with something like this is where I start to like have two sides. I split down the middle. I see that and I think that is pretty cool. But then I sit and go, in an actual physical world, we don't need to have 11 people spaced out in different positions like that. And that's probably not the best from a comms perspective and so on. So that is just something that's there as vanity. And in a real world, that doesn't work. People are in those positions because that's where they need to be on the pitch. In a gaming environment, stick them all in I don't know, maybe it's some form of round, like round table where everyone, I can just look up over the table and go, babe, what are you doing? Come on. Like eye contact, that sort of stuff. Maybe, but that looks pretty as fuck. That looks really good. That is something that's marketable for the gammons that don't understand why these blokes are just sat in a round table. Look at them all just sat on a table. Get out on a pitch. Then you put them on a pitch. It's, look at you on a pitch and you're not even running. Get off the pitch. And it's like, yeah. So you can never win. So I understand like where I'm coming from in the split there in terms of that's two separate needs, but that is fucking incredible. And that is what pro clubs, in theory, brings to every game. 22 different people scattered across a digital pitch, all occupying their spot just like they would in the real world. It's every other benefit that you get from any other esport: the communication, the problem solving, the team working skills, and that comes with it. The pure feeling of success when you get the win, the fucking heart wrenching and like deep anguish that you feel when you concede that 93rd minute goal to just fucking take it out of your hands kind of thing. That sort of stuff is life, and it's beautiful, and for that to be in the game in a truly cooperative game mode, I don't understand how that has not been built on. I do actually peel that back a little bit in terms of, I think 11v11 is wonderful, but I'm not sure how sustainable that is for most people. But if they can find a way to develop pro clubs that focuses on 3 to 4 man teams, whether that's throwing them in together, whether it's just playing against other teams that are 3 to 4 mans and so on, then that is where video games are the sweet spot is. Everyone has a squad. Not everyone. I know that's pretty harsh. Some people don't. We love you still, but still, yeah. Like most people can get a 3, 4, 5 man squad kind of together. 5 for a lot of people is pushing it, but 3, 4 is fine. And if they can find a way to build that as the basis of clubs, whether it's swapping in, swapping out. Oh, us and we'll be like the first half of the team. Bibby will be the second half of the team. I'll bring my 4. Bibby will bring his 4. We'll be ICU, FC, and if Bibby's not around, okay, we'll join with Sheepfragger. Last one in the chat. We'll join with Sheepfragger. He'll bring his 4 dudes or whatever. And if they can do something like that, where you play with your group, that's cool. A lot of people will be put off by, I need to find 11 people to play with. I don't even know 11 people. I don't even like 11 people.
Websites like VFL, or like if us four was to join that website, we would just join as a 4 with other people to fill the rest of it out. Like, you don't have to necessarily go out and have 10 friends to go and play these modes with. Yeah. And I'm sure there's parts of that website. There might have been, I might just be making this up, but I'm fairly certain they do 5s, 7s, 9s, and 11s. See, it doesn't necessarily just have to be 11s.
The fact that exists, it kind of is the point. Like, the fact that VFL have realised this is how it should be, and they've done that for the community, and have done that for the last 12 years or whatever it said in their bio kind of thing. But still, wearing this year and FIFA won't even look at crossplay. It's like people are giving you the answers here. Like, just... I'm saying just. I know how ignorant that is. I hate it when people will just call developers ignorant, lazy, and stuff like that. Because there is probably the developers might want to do it, but it's the decision makers that are going, actually, we won't. So it's probably not usually ignorance and laziness. It's usually cha-ching that will sort that lack of resources because we want to do this other thing in foot or something like that. Might be the way it works. I don't know. So I don't feel like the developers are lazy in that sort of respect. We have some advances, and the mode is clearly good enough for us to care about it, and the other modes are excelling at a great rate, so the developers clearly know what they're doing. That's not lazy at all. It's just where they're being directed, and clearly there is no internal desire to direct people at this, which is a shame, which absolutely is a shame, because I don't play much FIFA. Over the last 2-3 years, I have only played clubs, and even though I'm shocking... And I annoy myself more than anything else because I know how to play PES eFootball. I'm pretty good. I'm not great. I'm not the best in the world, but I'm pretty good. But then getting hold of the ball in FIFA and feeling like Bambi on ice, like, how do I even run, let alone kick the ball? Just like irritates me. But even still, I enjoy it enough to actually jump in and play it. So... If there was something substantial to that wasn't, I feel like there is nothing for me beyond going in and having that good feel, which is obviously what it's about. But the longer shelf life is, oh yeah, I've done that. That was cool. I enjoyed it. But you don't do it all the time because what does it go towards? And there is arbitrary things within the game. Oh, you can go up the levels, leaderboards, and progression. But there's nothing. There's no in-game skins, no fucking TIFOs or whatever they call them in the game. Stuff that you actually get that you can show as your rewards. There's none of that sort of stuff in it. And if that stuff was there, people like me who enjoy it but go, but why? That's it. Why am I doing it? What is it for? PUBG released its new map yesterday with a season pass. Okay, I know what I'm engineering towards. People going, yeah, you're just going in and dying again. And again. And again. And every 20 games, you might get a win, Graham. But you're probably going to die. Whereas... there's still something to work towards. Bibby with his Fortnite season pass. Anyone that watches Bibby play Fortnite, more often it's not even chasing the victory royale. It's chasing how much more can I take off in the season pass missions and stuff. And I feel like that sort of content in a pro club's context, whilst playing with your mates, offers the longer shelf life. But there's a lot needs to be done before then. Starting with pro clubs crossplay.
They do have an in-game trophy cabinet in there for you to be able to, because they do have cup modes, they do have league modes, then they have all the mystery ball shit, which is wild. But yeah, they do have internal trophy cabinets for you to be able to try and fill out, which me, Mike Willis, Wayne, and Brett have done in the past. But yeah,
it's like even without even seeing it, listening to how you're saying it says like they've started, but they've not finished.
That's it. I mean, the trophy cabinets have been there for years. Like, they just update what it looks like. Like, you don't really necessarily get anything else from it. It's just a vanity thing. But when you get to Division 1 and you've won it 3 or 4 times, most teams end up starting again. They delete the club and go again, and then you have to fill the trophy cabinet out again. That's just like I say, it should be done on a seasonal content, like a battle pass. Like, you've got 2 months to fill your cabinet, then we'll restart it and add a load more other stuff in there.
I get the idea of the start again, because that exists in games. You watch the Tarkov streamers go, oh, it's wipe's coming up, so we better do everything we need to do. Oh, new wipe. We all start again. We're all starting afresh. It re-levels the playing field. Sorry, I dropped my pen, disappeared and back. It re-levels the playing field, so everyone goes again. But the fact that people are just having to do that on themselves, so let's make our own wipe in the game. I know we're all class and badass and we've won everything. Let's just make ourselves into one-legged footballers for the next 3 matches whilst we figure out how to get good at the game again. And it's just like, you shouldn't have to do that on yourself. There should be things, okay, you've smashed this now, well, the new content's coming in. Hey, your kit you're pretty happy with? How about a new Ice Cream Uploads purple Adidas kit? Yes, please, we'll take one of those. Well, it's coming in now. Like, that sort of stuff is where it needs to be. But you're not going to get any of that stuff without the crossplays. If you don't get crossplay in it, people people that have an Xbox and a PlayStation that play together in Warzone, that play together in Fortnite, that play together in PUBG, that play together in all these other things, that will play together in Ultimate Team or whatever other modes are going to be crossplay enabled, are going to go, should we have a game of Pro Clubs? Ah, shit, you're on Xbox, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to go and play Pro Clubs with my one other dude. And because there's only two of us, we'll get bored after a couple of games and go straight back into Ultimate Team. So I'll see you back on here tomorrow in Ultimate Team tomorrow night. Yeah, nice. And that's it. Pro Clubs has been in the conversation and has left the conversation like that, which is a shame. Absolute shame. And speaking about leaving the conversation, it will leave the conversation right now. But before we do, the only thing that could make me buy FIFA 23 is Pro Clubs, says Fragger. It's unfortunate that the Ultimate Team makes a couple of billion each year, so they haven't put any time into updating / evolving Pro Clubs for 10 years, really. The only way we will see innovation is if they stick microtransaction in and earns tons of money for it, then they'll care. And I'm not against that. I'm not against that. If they say, okay, Pro Clubs, you've got your... I mean, I don't know what the kit situation is in Pro Clubs. I'll assume you can use in-game kits and or a couple of templated kits or whatever. If they go, okay, we're going to make it so that you can buy special kits, be it content creator kits or be it just Adidas templates. If we want to make... Say this United jersey I've got on right now, but it was purple, and rather than have a Chevrolet, we'll have the jelly logo, just like the Ice Cream Upload jersey there. If we could make that in the game by buying or working towards bits in the season pass to tick off new elements and stuff, if your team earns enough points together, your club, whatever way it's called, earns enough points that you can unlock a kit template that you then put across the entire team, but you'll have to grind at it. That's the kind of stuff that I'd like to see actual. Do you know what? Because that way, it's like seeing different skins on players in Fortnite and in PUBG. You land and someone's got like fucking Kylo Ren. You know that they've not just been playing the last 5 minutes. They've been playing from a few seasons before or whatever. And if someone drops in and you're playing against like default skin FC and we're up like, I see you, baby, then it means something straight away. And if that goes on into the next game and the next game, because it's only kit templates, then yes, please. That's the stuff.
They've been able to. I wish they'd have had a transfer market within the game, like a transfer market. Like if you've been able to win money by winning a game, should then entail you to be able to go and buy a particular player. Like if there's only ever 4 of you that play, you should be able to go out and buy like a new default AI centre back. Like if you wanted to have fucking John Stones in your centre back, but he wouldn't be called John Stones. He would be someone of his ability equivalent.
Stone Jones.
Completely random in there for you to be able to go out and buy that player rather than you having a fucking.
Me and Precision are on the same wavelength. I said it as he's just typed it in the chat as well.
Just having something like that rather than having like a 79 rated player that you've got no affinity with, just like being able to go and buy someone that you think has got really good jumping attributes, he's good at heading. He's never out of position. Being able to go and buy someone like that and bringing him in adds another dimension. Then, obviously, when you start going up the divisions, you've got more money coming in. You think, okay, this capacity of the stadium's 10,000. We want to increase it to 25. That means that we get more money from gate revenue. Do you know what I mean? Like all of that stuff would be amazing, but they would never make money off it unless they put something like a battle pass in there.
There's all sorts of other things that obviously, without thinking the full idea through, which I've not got time to on our podcast, but you could do things like your gate revenue, which is an in-game currency, like a GP or a BP or whatever from whatever game you play. You can then spend from your club's kit to enter a tournament, which then gives you BP and GP back. Obviously, could in theory be different level tournaments. Like you've got different levels of packs, like your 250k packs, your whatever packs and so on. You could have a 250k tournament, which means if you're a small club, that's about 90% of our budget. Do we want to blow it all on this tournament? We could get 3 million back, which would make us. We could lose it all though. But if you're a club that's been through a few tournaments, won a little bit back, and then you've built the size of your stadiums, that 250k is actually, we'll get that in the next fortnight anyway, so it's not really that bad. Yeah, go on, fuck it, let's have a go. And that's kind of the stuff where the legacy comes in. People are building up and things like that. So on the pitch, it's still the same team. Like, it's still the same thing. There is no technical difference in theory, obviously, apart from a few stats here and there. But if we are ICUFC, who are a new team, and we're playing against Legends FC, which is a team that's been playing for months. We've just used 90% of our budget to get into this cup, whereas they've just thrown a little bit out. But on the pitch, it's skill versus skill rather than pay to win versus not pay to win. If we then smash them because we've just turned up on the day or whatever, or we have better players, but we're just a newer team and we win. Fucking, that's where it becomes exciting and interesting for me. And there is none of that sort of stuff. It's just like, oh, we're playing against a team. Who? I don't know. What for? I don't know. Okay, let's go. So you don't know who you're playing against or what for, apart from the one time there was a cup thing and we couldn't even get into it anyway because it was taking too long. So
you could easily make a you could genuinely, that is Masters of the League Online, no?
Mm-hmm. Good old
that is essentially what you're looking at. Like having that kind of narrative being able to put around it makes good content creation, but not to the point where you have to stream it for people to enjoy it. Like you genuinely would just have you and 5 of your mates just looking to try and plan out. Like I plan my transfers in Football Manager. I have this book to be able to get my FM journal to be able to plan out what I want my transfer targets. Yeah, exactly. You could go full nerd with it, but it's
that is proper sad. That is proper sad. I wouldn't ever create a spreadsheet to define which players I'm going to sign in Master League or whatever. What was it I did? Was that Master League or my club like 2 or 3 years back? And you was like, "You've got a fucking spreadsheet." I was like, "Yeah, of course I have."
It was transfer targets. Yeah,
it was before the likes of fucking what's it called? The app.
PESDB.
Yeah, PESDB came along in app format. I was like my own spreadsheet. I've got a Google sheet, so I know who I'm going to get and what. Let's go, baby. Yeah, you absolute nerd, babe. Yeah, you massive nerd. Ugh. Okay,
gotta be done.
Jumping back. Pro Clubs is the best football game mode ever created. No expansion is a killer, says, ooh, P3. It is. Because it has my attention, and FIFA doesn't usually have that. Not that I'm against FIFA, just the time and effort that it would take me to get good at FIFA, I'd rather just stick with eFootball. There's nothing really different. Foot doesn't have my attention, so therefore FIFA doesn't have my attention, because FIFA is all foot. Pro Clubs would have my attention, but it doesn't. For obvious reasons. Gargad says, yeah, for me, when there was a break in the season pass for PUBG, I was lost. I know my chances of a chicken are low, so I need something, a different objective to play towards. That's it, Gargad. That is it. So when I'm playing, I call it doing my dailies. That's the way I refer to it. I'll just go on, do my daily missions and off. I don't play with any form of intensity. I quite often, if it's like I've not got long, I'll just jump in and play the casual bot lobbies kind of thingy. So I can just go, okay, 3 headshots, bot, and then I'll see if I can win or not, whatever jobs are good enough. But if not, if I'm just playing on my own and I don't have the boys in the party saying stuff like "gee up, you mucky sausage" or "rat-tat-tat-tat-tat" or whatever, then I'll just go, okay, well, what's my dailies? Oh, I need to kill 5 people in one game. Okay, well, I know I've got to be a little bit aggressive, but also not overextend because I can't die, because if I get 4 kills and die, it doesn't count. So fuck or whatever, that sort of stuff. It gives me a little bit of something to push towards. And if that's not there, then I'm like, oh, great. So like last week, I hardly played PUBG at all because it was that 1 week where the pass had finished. And then this week, the new map was coming out. So I used that as I'm going to have some nights off, spend some nights with the family kind of stuff. So yeah, did that instead. I get it. Asma says, let's also add women's football yet again being used as a market tool. Is it really? So I know that they used the line that this is the first time a women's football athlete has graced the cover of FIFA. Sam Kerr, that we go. The first female footballer to star on a FIFA cover. I hope it's better than what was it, like 2017, 2016, whatever, when they added women's football into the game, but only internationals, and then didn't really do anything with it again. And it almost feels like if they don't do anything with it now, it's just World Cup year. So, we've got the Euros right now. There's the World Cup at the end of the year, and then we're going to the FIFA World Cup for the Women's World Cup next year in 2023 for Australia and New Zealand. It will just be oh, shit, it's important. People are talking about it. And then we'll just ignore it again. If it is that, then it's that, and it's the most blatantly obvious, transparent cash-in. And if it is, then it's disgusting that they're getting away with it. But yeah, they've done it before, so it wouldn't surprise me. Imagine 2 months of cups run on clubs like Bibi said. Then after the 2 months, teams get categorised into UCL, UEL, and UECL. For those that don't know, Champions League, Europa League, Europa Conference League groups, and said groups compete for those trophies. Yeah, exactly. Oh, there we got Ston Jones and Steve Rock. Not John Stones, but Steve Rock. Let's go. Kind of like the old Master League system. No points means the club folds. Imagine, see, like the club folding. I would probably be against that in terms of, you know, that there's no permadeath in Fortnite and Warzone and stuff. You might die, but you keep all your skins and stuff. If there was ways for that to be introduced where you don't go bankrupt and fold, but you go bankrupt, and I don't know, maybe you have to start selling off your kit templates. Okay, you're 100 grand in debt here. You need to sell off your kit template and go back to one of the default templates. And you can win it, you can buy it back again. If you just have to build up your revenue again or something like that. Maybe that's, I don't know. But getting like the permadeath stuff, I think would be scary for people. People don't like permadeath. We don't have lives in video games anymore because people just want to continue. So I think that would put people off. But imagine imagine the stress.
Yeah, it'd be brutal, that, wouldn't it?
It'd be like the Berry
Playing for a
situation.
draw.
Yeah, it'd be like absolute stress. Like, look, fuck, baby, just play it out. We've scored. No, just see it out, Graham. There's 83 minutes left on the clock. Fuck it.
Yeah, get in the corner.
Oh, imagine.
Yeah.
Get up your mucky sausage. And there's the rat-tat-tat in the chat as well. Nice. Yo, Enix, welcome in, dude. I'm all for the women's game being represented, but they have to do something with it. No, I agree. Completely agree. If it's just a, look at the pretty ladies. It's literally just like having booth babes at an event. That's not doing anything other than just using them for marketing. And that, if that's all it is, then yeah. Nah, nope. Yep, I don't want to die, can confirm. Nice. Imagine that final game. Oh, fucking absolute butt clencher. If you win, not only do you fucking get a trophy, which gives you a big lump of cash, and you get the new kit templates that you want, that's going to make you guys look badass and stuff on the pitch. But if you don't win, you've spent everything and you are fucked. Bibby is going to have to leave ICUFC, change his name from Bibby to Bobby because, you know, Bibby's a copyrighted trademark now from ICUFC. He's just Bobby. So yeah,
We've got Bobinho.
Oh, stress. Time to apply for jobs and time to use tweet delete. Get it gone. Don't let them see anything. No. Okay, so if you missed that is FIFA 23. We've gone through a number of stuff. They have added some stuff. Hypermotion 2, which a lot of people said they don't know what Hypermotion 1 was or what it added and stuff. But you know, it's marketing, so I appreciate them trying. So GG's. But it does have, you know, the new shine, the new gloss, and the word that Bibby absolutely loves, a bit of polish added to FIFA 22. So it will be the same game, you know, but better. That is how football games work. Not you can't reinvent the world in 9 months of development or whatever it is. I know obviously it's a bit longer than that, but you get the point. So it will be same but different and marginally better, just same but same on crossplay, which is on crossplay in club, should I say, which is disappointing. So yes, that is FIFA. Into our next story though, we are massively over time, so I'm gonna
Yeah, it's a 2 free game Friday.
Yeah. This next story, I will bring it up on screen because those of you in the Discord have seen it. And I do feel like this is a good conversation for us to have because we use it. We've spoken about it before, so we will save this one for next week. This is about Xbox consoles getting Discord voice chat in a new update, written by Victoria Kennedy at Eurogamer. We will go through that next week. It is a pretty spicy story. If you want to have that conversation in the meantime, !Discord will give you the link to our Discord where we can have that conversation. We've had a little bit of that conversation. We had a bit of back chat as to what's happened in the past previously where we are now. So we'll come to that. We also have another story about Ubisoft binning 4 games, including Ghost Recon Frontline, the new free-to-play. Is it new? Was it new? Is it new? I can't remember. The free-to-play jobby. That's been binned, apparently. But Ubisoft, simultaneously, is having a great old time. We'll leave that potentially till next week. If there's not any stories, we can potentially bring that one back into the fold. But for now, we will finish up with what we usually do. So let's see what it sounds like this time. Hashtag
Game Friday.
Beautiful, nice, majestic.
Thank you.
I appreciate the fact that you've turned that setting off in Discord now because we can hear all of the tones now.
I know.
It's none of the free.
The noise suppression is no more.
So these are the free games
squeal
on the Epic Games. Oh, we squeal as well now. That's the only thing. The Epic Games, Epic Store's free games right now until. Okay, mute. Until July 28th are Shop, Titans, and Tannenberg. So if you're not familiar with Morgan Park and the crew at PC Gamer, they usually have a really good... I mean, this is kind of a hard article to write. So they just write a paragraph every week. And when it's the same sort of vibe, it's quite difficult to mix it up. So, but they usually do a good job, which I feel like just reading the first couple of words, this might be one of those ones. So we'll see. We'll go in it together and see what it says. So, all right, I'll be upfront with you. There's going to be a vibe shift partway through the Epic freebies this week that might be a little jarring. On one hand, we're being offered a free giveaway package in Shop Titans, a bright and colourful fantasy shopkeeper simulator where you, as a peddler of enchanted wares, outfit and enlist adventuring heroes. And then we're living out the grinding horror of trench warfare in Tannenberg, a 64-player online recreation of one of World War I's landmark conflicts. Something for all moods, I suppose. Nice. Good old. I love shit like that, where people don't just go super serious with this is a game that does A, B, and C. It's available now. And a second game does A, B, and C, which are different from the other ones. Now, nice.
I'm not going to mention the website that we used to get this from, because I love the website, but it was definitely just a copy and paste of the blurb of the game and what it was, and what the title of the game was when it's available, and the blurb of the game. That was it. A bit more personality in this. Yeah. That's what we love.
I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Because the other website, which we're not going to name VGC, by the way, we like them because they don't give any opinion and spiel and stuff like that. But for something like this, where it's a bit dry, that's probably where you kind of need to add it in. So that's why we switched over to using PC Gamer for it. But there you go. If you have an Epic Game Store on PC, Shop Titans and Tannenberg are both free to download right now until next Thursday, at which point, about 4 p.m.-ish UK time, Lawn Mowing Simulator will be available.
Yay!
Let's go!
Still not downloaded Power Wash Simulator yet, which will be getting installed on this, which I need to move that back downstairs at some point. It's just been sat in my room since we did the subathon, but yeah, I'm going to put it on this. I love games like that though, where I don't know if you feel like this sometimes, Graham, because all I ever see you play is PUBG, but sometimes you can't be asked playing games unless there's a certain vibe of a game. Like Football Manager, you have to be feeling Football Manager to play it. Like you can't just half-ass play that game. eFootball, you can't. It requires concentration. Yeah. Some games you just want to be able to turn your mind off, and things like House Flipper, Power Wash Simulator, Farming Simulator, basically any of the simulator games are them types of games where if you can't be arsed playing anything, but you can play those games. That's the vibe
I've got
change.
A pitch for you. Simulator.
Wow. Inception.
There you go. Nice. I was actually, Lotus says it's great. I was playing it earlier. I was actually watching Kane play it. I dropped in Kane's stream this morning when I was doing Worky Bits. And then, Kane was on the side screen, not really paying much attention. And I looked over and Kane's, running around, pressure washing decking and stuff like that. I was like, what the fuck? I don't remember this in PUBG. So this new weapon looks weird.
The Destin's looking a bit realistic.
I mean, I knew there was a new shotgun, but what's that water gun? What the fuck is this? So yes, do you know what? Before we go down even more rabbit holes, we will wrap things up there. So if you missed it, we spoke about Naughty Dog having to release content. I mean, they were releasing it anyway. Maybe they've shunted it a little bit forward, but some of their gameplay was leaked by, to quote the internet, in actual factual terms, knobheads. No, it wasn't the internet that said that, it was me, but still, some knobheads released some content too early, so Naughty Dog have released that up to clarify things. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It just is what it is. Then after that, speaking about liking it or not, FIFA have chosen to not add crossplay to the best mode in FIFA's video game, bar none, Pro Clubs. They have added a bunch of other stuff, though, so if you are interested in getting the game, which I know Lumps, I think, said he's pre-ordered it today, so there is still a lot in there if you are happy with the FIFA experience that is there right now. No doubt a lot of people will be buying it, and no doubt it will be Christmas #1 yet again. But hopefully the cross-play situation for Pro Clubs will be revisited before we get to that point. Then we said that we'll speak about Xbox getting Discord and Ubisoft's current situation next week, 10 a.m. Monday. 10 a.m.-ish. Monday. Nice. But before Monday, Mr. Bibb, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Yes, again, thank you very much for joining us for the 2 episodes of The Scoop this
All of
week. But
them.
if you want to help, yeah, if you want to help shape Monday's show, there is 2 ways that you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. It is Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms. Or alternatively, get involved with our Discord. If you're watching this in any of our on-demand services, go into the description below. All the links that you require will be listed there for you. But all we need from you is URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which will be at what time on Monday, Mr. Graham Day?
10 a.m. Ish. Before you disappear, a couple of things. First of all, we're going to drop a raid on one of our friends. Please stick around for the raid because you get extra sprinkles to spend on this channel, and we help someone else out, which is nice. Also, I've been sharing updates on this because it's been fun to watch. But that is a tweet I tweeted the other day. It's now not updates. It's now a mission. That tweet, for those that may have joined on Wednesday evening, we were watching it go from like 8,000 likes, 9,000 likes, 10,000 likes. It's on 19.5 thousand likes on that tweet. Ooh. Do me a favor. Help me get another 0.5 thousand likes just so that it gets to 20, because that's pissing me right off, the fact that it's at 19.5 and we didn't even get to 20. So yeah, if you haven't, drop a like on that and hit a retweet so other people see it. If we can get it to 20k, then nice. Not that it needs it. It's not promotional. I do have more important things that I could ask you to retweet, like all the Ice Cream Applause, Royale Rumble, stuff like that. But this one's just something different. So yeah, do it. Go click it. Retweet it. Nice. Let's go. For now, though, stick around. We will drop a raid on one of our friends. We will also see you tomorrow for some PUBG. Stick around for that. Are you back on Sunday, babe?
Yes, but I might be in a very fragile way because it's my best mate's stag do on tomorrow.
Oh, broken baby. Oh,
Yeah.
So this is where I accidentally, on purposely, turn all of the alert volume up well high after the stream. Let's go.
Yeah, it might be a very brief one, but yeah, I'll be on. Obviously, it was too hot last week, so I'll jump on for a couple of hours on Sunday.
Nice. So there you go. 2 streams this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Twitch.tv/Upwards. If you're here right now, drop a follow and you will get notified if you have your notifications turned on when we go live. But for now, we will drop a raid on one of our friends. Have a beautiful Friday. Enjoy whatever you're doing. Until next time, stay frosty.